There's a lot of buzz on the gossip circuit about the news getting ready to drop about Jay-Z and the potential moves that Beyonce will make in response to them. There's some talk that Diddy's gonna snitch on Jay-Z and he'll get pretty much instantly canceled and maybe even worse. And when that happens, Beyonce will divorce him. I mean, Beyonce isn't gonna be seen with a canceled man, but that divorce is gonna be huge news and probably one of the nastiest in celebrity history. There's a lot of tea to serve today, so let's get to it.
What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. You know that once that comes out, and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce divorced.
Now, on the streets, Beyonce and Jay-Z still seem like a happy couple. They aren't doing anything that gives the appearance of trouble in paradise. But things aren't always what they seem. Leaks are coming from both Beyonce's people and Jay-Z's that they're about to break up. But there's some disagreement as to who's gonna finally call it quits, with her team saying it's her and his saying he's fed up. Honestly, the story of them living separately sounds a lot like Will and Jada's story.
2016, which is 7 years ago now.
Yes.
Y'all have been...
People are saying that you can look in their eyes and tell they don't have that love for each other anymore. But they're saying that it's more apparent in Beyonce. She looks at Jay-Z like she's not just that into him, and her eyes don't light up when she looks at him anymore. A lot of people have commented that they look more like they act more like best friends or relatives than they do a happily married couple. And Jay-Z's Grammy speech fueled these rumors even further.
I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
Now, it could be said that Jay-Z was trying to talk his woman up and that this was his own version of Riz, but the look on Queen Bey's face says she was not amused. People are saying that she was embarrassed by the stunt and so uncomfortable that she wanted to leave. And after the speech, you can see in this clip that they left.
Beyonce was embarrassed and just wanted to leave. Actually, videos from the award ceremony show that the Carters left right after the speech.
Now, while it's hard to watch that and not catch secondhand embarrassment from it, reports say that the two have been living separately for a long time. Allegedly, something happened that caused a rift between them that's been there since as far back as 2014. If you don't remember, a clip of Beyonce's sister, Solange, attacking Jay in an elevator went absolutely viral during that time.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Now here's their public statement about the incident. As a result of the public release of the elevator security footage from Monday, May 5th, there's been a great deal of speculation about what triggered the unfortunate incident. But the most important thing is that our family has worked through it. Jay and Solange each assume their share of responsibility for what occurred. They both acknowledge their role in this private matter that has played out in the public. They both have apologized to each other, and we have moved forward as a united family. And that sounds really classy, but it doesn't say what actually caused the situation. Nobody ever came right out and said it, but the rumors said that the attack happened because Jay-Z had cheated on Beyonce. Beyonce's cousin said that when that went down, they made it look like everything was all patched up between them, but that in all actuality, Beyonce was getting ready to divorce him. So much so that in 2016, her album Lemonade was released, and I don't know if you know this, but that's definitely a breakup album. But after that album came out, it looked like everything was good between them. Beyonce returned to giving Jay the occasional shout out, and they even had twins soon after. Sometimes babies help mend bridges, but they're never a permanent fix for relationship issues. Anyway, that happy couple act has been helping them get by all this time, but rumor has it that it's not gonna work once Jay-Z gets exposed. And insiders are saying that Diddy is about to point his finger at Jay-Z because there's no way he's going down by himself. And they're saying that Diddy started snitching on Jay-Z. We don't know for sure what he's getting exposed for, but we know Diddy isn't the first to do it.
After the passing of Aaliyah, certain record producers were looking for someone else who could step into her shoes in more ways than one. As I have told you before, Aaliyah was SA'd as a minor by several producers and was treated like a piece of meat to be bought and sold by different producers up until the time that she passed away. A couple of years after she passed away, a fairly large record producer started making some calls about a singer he had working out of his studio. She was 15 and eager, and soon different label heads were scouting her. And this is allegedly Tierra Marie. When they heard her voice and then saw how she looked, they started scouting her even harder. She was sleeping with one of the producers, the one who made the initial call.
And Tierra Marie was signed to Jay-Z's Def Jam Records.
She was sold to this pseudo corn star and celebrity sibling. Can also take a guess at that one. He loves controlling vulnerable women. It is his specialty. Anyway, he started controlling the career of this singer. He brought her to the attention of this A-plus list rapper and mogul, allegedly Jay-Z. And he signed her to a deal. By the time all of the ink was dry, she was just shy of being legal. But that didn't stop the mogul. He liked to sample the new talent. He was sampling her on a fairly regular basis, but he was also involved with the current A-plus list singer who was in his face every day. And this could allegedly be Beyonce.
Ray J and Tierra started dating in 2006, and interestingly enough, she got dropped from Jay-Z's label that same year.
No longer on the label because, well, to be honest with you, I don't know why I'm no longer on the label, but I know that I just took some time off to finish school or whatnot, and then, you know, in the midst of that, I was in Detroit, and I just got a phone call, like, I think I was getting ready for prom or something, and they were like, you know, we're gonna be letting you go, you're young, you have a bright future ahead of you, you know, the womp womp talk, and that's how it happened. I was shocked. I was sad because Jay didn't call me himself, you know, Jay Brown called me, and I was, you know, confused because I didn't know why. He was like a father figure at the time, but right now, I can't say that because, you know, I don't talk to him anymore. And he didn't even call me and tell me bye-bye, so.
Allegedly, he shut her career down too, and something even more suspicious is the fact that everyone says Jay-Z hooked up with Aaliyah, and then he and Beyonce went public with their relationship a year after she died, which is also suspiciously when Beyonce started her solo career and it really took off. Jaguar Wright has been out here talking about Jay-Z for a long time.
Building a working, you know, camaraderie with Honeycombs and AKA Diddy. And
why do you give him the Honeycombs? Why do you give him Honeycombs?
Because he smacks so sweet.
And then Jaguar says Jay-Z started getting cozy with big names in the industry. She says that the reason Jay never shunned R. Kelly is because he was just as guilty.
Working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both Aaliyah. They shared so much in common. Whoever talks about best of both worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
That swept that smooth under the rug.
Why?
We know why.
You know what? I got a better question.
Yeah.
How valuable is a Biggie Smalls verse?
Best of Both Worlds was, if you don't know, the collaboration album that Jay-Z did with R. Kelly.
Wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? Jam on your horn now, that fucking bullshit record. From the Austin Powers, some of the worst. They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in, and you know, kind of think it's crazy right now. She liked posing with him in pictures for Page 6. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dane. And Aaliyah's gone, and you know.
And Jaguar isn't the only one to make that connection. People have speculated that Jay-Z and Beyonce had something to do with Aaliyah's death because damn did they ever profit off of it. She's now saying that Jay is worse than Diddy, and it won't be long before he's exposed too.
It's worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. This puts been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 years.
She also dished about some stuff Jay-Z allegedly did to one of her friends in the industry.
Somebody I love too far.
Oh.
And you know who I'm talking about, bitch. We were kids. We were in our 20s. How long do you expect her to have to suffer fucking the bad choice of fucking you? Yes, she's in the industry. Yes, she was put in exile. No, she wasn't perfect, but she was everything, still is.
And people are on Jaguar's side too. One person wrote, I believe Jay-Z's smarter than the rest, as well as Jay-Z has a close relationship with high-power companies and people. The reason Jay-Z's deeds have been kept out of the public. Yes, I believe that the boy who Jay-Z refuses to take a DNA test for is his son, and they say his mom was underage when Jay-Z got her pregnant. I believe everything Jaguar Wright is saying. Jay-Z is somewhat fortunate in that he's old enough that a lot of the shady stuff he did back when he was younger wasn't captured by social media because it didn't exist. But it doesn't mean that people haven't talked about it, and people think that after he and Beyonce get divorced, she's gonna have a lot to expose him for. The timeline of when he and Beyonce started dating has always been really blurry. Their official story is that they didn't meet until she was 18, and they didn't date until she was 19. But people say they were hooking up a long time before that, and it's even been said that she was as young as Foxy Brown when he dated her.
Allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce. Allegedly.
Rumors swirl that Jay-Z was Foxy's first and that he started hooking up with her when she was in her teens, and he was around 27. Allegedly, he paid for her to go to the salon, get her hair and nails did, and go on shopping trips, and she was still in high school. And everybody knows that Jay-Z has money, so he pays to keep his secrets just that, a secret. Beyonce could have told on him, so he locked that down by marrying her. But people say he's still paying Foxy to keep her mouth shut about him hooking up with her. And that's allegedly why she said this to TMZ. The atrociousness of the story sickened me to my stomach. Any and everyone involved will be contacted by my attorney. In all my years in the music industry, these are the most disgusting and disrespectful allegations I've ever experienced. This fictitious story, with no audio, visual, or written interview, clearly was concocted with malicious intent. But the one person Jay hasn't paid off is his alleged son, Reimer Satterthwaite. Jay-Z got that paternity test blocked, and people think that he used his power and money to basically make it go away. According to Reimer and his mom, Wanda, Jay-Z and Wanda did the deed in his aunt's apartment in Brooklyn in 1992. She says they used a condom trying to play it safe, but it broke. And while she did see him a couple of weeks after that, he never visited her again. She also says that she didn't know how to get in touch with him after she discovered she was pregnant. In 2011, she filed a lawsuit against him for child support, but she filed it in the wrong state, so it got dismissed. And Jay-Z's lawyer said that in regard to the custody of Reimer, he wasn't an interested party. Since then, Reimer has been out here fighting tooth and toenail to get Jay-Z to take a paternity test, and he says that Jay is using his influence and wealth to get out of it. He's even had to sue his own lawyers for being influenced by Jay-Z.
Lawyers, this fraud, this collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on, but I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the and we did nothing wrong.
Why would Jay-Z fight so hard to deny a child that he had so long ago, back when he hadn't even released a single album yet? Well, because he was 22 at the time, and Wanda was just 16. Wanda's godmother pointed this out when she said, I got a call from his in-house lawyer, and they were very helpful, and we thought we would resolve this privately. They even talked about Reimer's music talent and whether it was a good time to put him on his record label, but he had to finish high school, so I said no. Suddenly, different lawyers got involved, and their attitude completely changed. I think they realized there was more at stake for Sean, given that Wanda was allegedly underage. Now, there was a lot of stuff that got publicly leaked surrounding Cassie and Diddy, and I think everybody knows that what got said wasn't even the tip of the iceberg in terms of everything that actually went down. Cassie had originally mentioned Jay-Z and Beyonce in the document, but it got edited and they were taken out of the lawsuit. We don't know what was said about them to begin with. What we do know is that people are saying that there are interviews and lawsuits cooking in the background. And rumors are circulating that when it all goes down, Beyonce isn't gonna be with Jay-Z. Some people think that the reason she's leaving is because she found something out about him, and whatever it is something Diddy is gonna expose him for. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. Do you think Beyonce will really leave Jay-Z? What do you think he'll be exposed for? And do you think he'll be able to pay to get this one to go away? Tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.